a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, I've never had the privilege of visiting France's Provence region. Provence is located near the southern tip of France. The favorable climate and gorgeous landscape make it a place where all Parisians dream of settling. The local cuisine is considered the most dietetically balanced in the world, while also preserving the mandates of orthodox French cuisine. During my research on Provence, I accidentally discovered information on a restaurant near Lake Biwa that, to my surprise, served authentic Provence cuisine. The chef who runs this place was, of course, born and raised in Provence. His name, Philippe Aubron. The abundance of herbs and olives makes his dishes look almost Italian. Opulent use of either ingredient is not common to modern French dishes.
Provence food? What is Provence food? Well, it is food that makes you happy. Warm and very friendly dishes. Gifts we receive from the sun.
It is my great pleasure to introduce to you a native French chef who creates authentic Provence cuisine here in Japan. From Lake Biwa, Chef Philippe Aubron. Aubron, to my surprise, started his career at Moulin du Moujon, a 3-star restaurant in Provence. The owner and chef of the restaurant, often dubbed the king of food in Provence, Roger Verger, was his mentor. At age 29, he came to Japan to spice up the kitchens of the Otsu Prince Hotel as head chef, but was greatly disappointed by what was passing for French food in Japan back then.
The portions of dishes were so small and so expensive. It was quite, yes, very expensive. Wine also. I was negative about French food served in Japan because so different from real French food.
Small portions. Could it possibly be he is referring to Hiroyuki Sakai's entrees? At any rate, in 1993, Aubron opened his own place, Bistro Philippe Aubron, by the beautiful coast of Lake Biwa. He grows his own herbs and vegetables for all entrees, and it is the one and only place in Japan that serves genuine cuisine from Provence. A battle waged between authentic cuisine from Provence and Japanese-style French food. Mouth-watering. So now, Aubron, show us the greatness of authentic French cuisine. Give us a taste, granted by the sun that shines over Provence.
It's not easy, but let's do our best. I'll do my best.
Today's challenger will be offering Provençal food, what he calls a gift from the sun. Our guest provides his own form of sunshine. News anchor Taro Kimura, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
Kimura-san, have you ever had the opportunity to try Provençal food before?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I love olive oil. Oh, am I not allowed to say that
No,
to
go
bias the
ahead.
chefs?
Yeah.
Anyway, I like that kind of food.
Well, that's why you handle the world news.
No.
Happy to have you.
It's my
And
pleasure.
our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc?
Always a pleasure.
Okay, let's bring on Chairman Kaga.
流行に敏感な日本人が憧れる土地、プロヴァンス。しかしその本当の良さはその料理を味わって初めて実感できるものです。このキッチンスタジアムにプロヴァンスの風を吹かせてもらおうではありませんか。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。プロヴァンスからの料理人フィリップ・オーブロン。
All right, from the shores of Lake Biwa near Kyoto, jogging the final steps in, a Provence native who serves the genuine article to his restaurant's diners. We're looking to experience that today.
どうもようこそ
Hello.
ようこそです。
Thank you very much.
プロヴァンス料理それと日本のフレンチどこが違いますか。
Well, Provençal food is a gift from the sun, as we say. It makes you warm, warms your soul. Friendly, humanistic dishes.
それでは本物のプロヴァンス料理どうぞ見せてください。それでは我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
Now ascending into Kitchen Stadium, the nation's culinary leaders, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Rokusaburo Michiba. Here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
鉄人に勝てますか。
I'm sure I can win, of course.
それでは指名してもらいましょう。誰と戦いますか。
Today, Sakai-san.
Sakai it is, Abron not backing down, showing backbone instead, taking on Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. One of the pioneers of French cooking in Japan, among the first to fuse Japanese cooking techniques with French recipes. Known as the Delacroix of French cuisine, he can score points in the paint with his artistic presentations. But this is a big-time challenge today.
大地の恵みから生まれるプロヴァンス料理。だからといって野菜では面白くありません。そこで目をつけたのが川に住んでいて泥臭く、そして日本人には馴染みの薄いあの素材にしました。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。ズバリアン
Crayfish. If memory serves me right, aristocrats in France love this little delicacy, and there is a proper way that it needs to be eaten. Enjoy the meat of lobster and the shell of crayfish. This means enjoy the large juicy slabs of lobster flesh while savoring the great sauce created from the tasty shell of the crayfish. Soup created from crushed crayfish shells, otherwise known as bisque, is one of my favorites. So remember, enjoy the meat of lobster and the shell of crayfish.
This one promises to be a classic matchup today, an all-French cuisine affair with Iron Chef Sakai, targeted by Provence's own challenger Albron. Nothing gimmicky about his approach. The stage is set. Let's get it on!
Art cuisine!
Bang a gong, we are on. And the Frenchman who cooks in Japan against the Japanese man who cooks French with crayfish. And Kimura-san, surprised by the choice of crayfish today?
No. It's called that crayfish. Right, Hattori-san?
Well, yes, you're right, yeah.
I wasn't sure at first, but French people often eat this crayfish.
Oh, you hear that? Sakai got clawed there. He's not wearing any gloves. Watch out, while Braun, he's got the gloves on there.
Raking them in there, aren't they? All still alive.
And kicking, too. Not much longer, though. Putting up a good fight.
Okay, is that it? Are they
taking them all there?
Oh, they're gone, yeah.
All right, they cleaned out the tank. Hope we've stocked enough. You know, I remember fishing after these little critters when I was a kid.
Right. When we were growing up, they were everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, in Japan, crayfish are like a kid's pet,
yeah.
right? Not really something
I didn't
for
eat mine.
eating. But over in France, they love it as an ingredient.
Popular item, right?
Very popular. Most restaurants will have at least 1 or 2 crayfish items on the menu, yeah.
All right.
Or salads.
Oh, sure. Salad. Also, there's gratin.
Okay,
right?
and look at those things snap.
Yeah, used in quite a few different dishes, and also in a terrine is quite popular.
So for a couple of French chefs, this is nothing that would cause to give them pause or anything?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Isn't it difficult to design an entire course with crayfish? I mean, it's a strong ingredient.
I see your point, and yeah, it can overpower things a bit. It's like a prawn, but with a lot stronger flavor. It's
okay.
quite powerful. So designing the flow of the courses, that's going to be the key to this
All right,
today.
and we'll be tracking that as the men proceed in this one. From the floor, Shinichiro to go.
I asked Challenger Braun what he thinks of crayfish, and he told me that this is a popular ingredient in Provence, and so he says, I used to use it often at Roger Vergier's restaurant, but here in Japan I haven't used it that much, so I'm a bit concerned, but I'll do my best.
All right, thanks.
Now, can we swing over and take a look at the assistant of the Challenger here?
Okay.
See him
right
pulling
there.
off the tail there?
Yeah, right there.
When you pull on the centerpiece of the tail, you actually pull out the entire intestine.
Ooh, look
very
at
easily,
that.
Yeah. And it really helps get rid of the strong smell.
Pretty neat trick there.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard to do, and even with the intestines pulled out, they still live for a little bit longer. Yeah, so you can see them still moving there, right?
Incredible. Smell goes. Anything else?
Well, it gets rid of the mud, because they're bottom dwellers, right? So debris, things like that.
All right, now over here, looks like Sakai's finished boiling these.
Yeah, lightly boiled, I believe.
Guess they've been cooked in just boiling water only.
That's right, yeah, just a straight-ahead boil.
Okay, and now a question for our international journalist, Taro Kimura. What can you tell us about Provençal food, Kimura-san?
It's more like Italian food.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, compared with the normal perception of French food, it's sort of closer to Italian food.
Okay.
That's our usual idea anyway, French food.
And I can add a few things to that. Because of the Mediterranean climate, they use a lot of olives and garlic in the recipes, right?
Yes.
Also seafood, of course, and vegetables. Zucchini gets used quite often in their...
Okay,
their
now here, look at this, Sakai pounding on the claws.
Oh, okay, I think I know what he's doing here, making a sauce.
Okay, use these crushed claws for that.
Right, it'd be like a sauce Americaine. At least that's my guess so far.
Red sauce.
Right, more reddish-brown, yeah?
Yes.
When the theme ingredient was announced, Iron Chef Sakai mumbled, crayfish? Crayfish? Oh no! He couldn't hide the fact that it was a totally unexpected ingredient.
All right, so Sakai feeling pressured, and here's splitting these crayfish in two.
Right, and going after the liver inside the shell there. I think he's planning to use that part.
Crayfish liver.
Right, and you mix it with the crushed claws to produce a really nice sauce.
Okay, well, the Iron Chef's got it Whoa! Now look, we got some flamola coming at you, courtesy of Aubron.
Probably was using, I don't know, brandy or something in there?
Man alive!
Oh.
And whoa, he's got
Once
another
again.
one. Double-barreled action. The flammability factor. Look at those cook now.
Oh, wow.
Cameraman there might want to back off the intensity of that flammable action. That's got to be in the top 3.
Fukusan?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
More from Challenger Braun about today's theme. He says he wishes he had 150 of them just for himself, but at the stand he was told that there are only 200 in total, so he was disappointed, but he said he'll do his best to make the most with what he has.
All right, look at those flames.
So that's why they were scrambling.
Yeah, they were fighting like mad over them there, trying to gather up as many of those crawdaddies as they could get their hands on. And I think the gloveless Sakai may have come out ahead in more flame shooting over there.
Yeah, really.
Challenger Aubron firing it up early and often. He's also got some support up in the royal box today in the person of his wife.
I believe
there
that is
she
her,
is,
yeah.
the missus on the scene here at Kitchen Stadium, observing her husband fire it up once again. More crayfish on fire. Looks like he's cooking them all this way. It's turning into a flame fest. All right, right, now over to this side, a little more sedate here with Sakai.
Right, and I can definitely state for the record now that Sakai is making sauce Americaine.
Okay.
Fukusan.
Sauce of some sort. Go ahead.
Let me give you the ingredients here in the Iron Chef's pot. Garlic, olive oil, crayfish claws, and boiled crayfish heads.
All right, now over here, look, the challenger's broken out some Omar lobster.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of people don't really think of crayfish as being edible, especially here in Japan, but I really recommend you try this at least once. They're really, really good.
All right.
Well, the thing I'm going to be interested in today in the tasting is the design of the overall courses.
Yes.
You know, I'm sure each dish will be magnificent, but, you know, if they're all strong in flavor, it's going to be too much, too strong for the palate to take.
You are correct. Would be,
So what I'm looking forward to is the design of the whole course, the ups and downs in flavor.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Kimura-san offering insight and perspective. Now, what do we have here? Yes, you got it?
Yeah, the ingredients in the challenger's pot here are Omar lobster, scampi prawns, salt, pepper, garlic, celery, onions, shallots, tomatoes, and tomato puree.
All right, thanks, big fella. And you heard it, 15 minutes gone.
Is he making a bisque using crayfish? I wonder.
Right, the bisque being a very thick soup, right?
Right.
It's like the Americaine sauce, a little bit thinner, but served as a soup. It's another wonderful dish.
Sounds good.
Yes.
And you think that's where the challenge is going with
I
it?
just guessed he was.
Well, I got a feeling in a moment or two we will find him going in that direction.
Okay, and some stir-fry action here in the pot.
This is...
Fukusan.
Chef.
Yes.
Here, Iron Chef Sakai is sauteing girole in butter.
Okay.
Okay, now girole is a French name for the funnel-shaped mushrooms.
Okay, some mushrooms there and sauteing in butter.
Right, yeah, and this you can see here is riz de veau.
Okay, the pig lard from around the back?
No, actually, it's the thymus gland of veal.
Excuse me, yes,
Right.
veal and the gland.
Right, the thymus gland of a calf. And when they grow up, that actually goes away. Humans have this gland as well. It has some sort of hormonal function.
Boosting the hormonal quotient with that. And there, the riz de veau going into the pot with the girole mushrooms, and that must be some crayfish meat.
Yeah, I think he's going to saute them with the mushrooms we just saw.
Okay, not a sizable amount there, though.
No, and using mushrooms really accentuates the seasonal interest, the whole thing of the fall, right?
Yes.
Some comments from the challenger's wife up in the royal box. She explains that Chef Oberon is using a lot of herbs and oil to mask the fishy smell, and she says he's doing great, and she thinks he has a good chance to win.
All right, thanks.
And you'll notice the challenger has some mushrooms here, too.
Okay.
Fukusan.
Yes.
Yeah, this is also girole, which the challenger says he chose to add a touch of autumn.
Okay, girole, almost like Jiro in Japanese, second son.
Right.
So, Kimura-san, you'd go for a tarole?
Oh, just like judo.
Exactly.
Both chefs using girole on a roll with them.
Okay.
And now, let's see, back with Sakai.
Okay, he's got Savoy cabbage here.
Okay.
So I'd say he'll be wrapping something with this.
Yes, by the numbers of leaves he has, maybe to wrap the riz de veau.
Yeah, that's very possible. So it looks like at this point, anyway.
Okay, right, could very well be wrapped in cabbage leaves by the Iron Chef.
Right, and these have been lightly boiled ones, so the cabbage definitely would be for wrapping
Okay,
something.
and have to consider how crayfish will come into play on the roll job.
That would be on the bottom. He was sauteing them with the mushrooms earlier.
Oh,
right?
yes, that's right. Yes, small amount he had.
Yeah.
And we'll see what he eventually does with them. Now, on the challenger side here, looks like some chopped up zucchini and tomatoes working a combo
zucchini.
there.
Like a fricassee or something like that, maybe?
Fukusan?
Yes.
That's right. In the container, the challenger has chopped and diced tomatoes and zucchini, and the spices flavoring that mix are basil and saffron powder.
All right, saffron in it too.
Saffron.
And with basil, there's some of the, well, a touch of the similarity with Italian cuisine, Provence style. Think it could be used as a garnish?
That could be, or he might somehow be combining the crayfish with it somehow. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
yes, I think that could turn out nicely. Now back with Sakai, and looks like he's just about ready to roll with the cabbage there.
Fukusan.
Yes.
The combination of ingredients that Iron Chef Sakai is rolling up right now includes girole, sauteed in butter, veal broth, crayfish meat, salt, pepper, prawns, and riz de veau.
Okay, so prawns, you said, are you sure? The crayfish, right?
Yes, he's using both.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't even notice that looking at it.
Should be able to differentiate flavor-wise between the two, right?
Oh, that you'll definitely notice. Sure.
Okay. I mean, while I'm eating it, don't have to be a pro for that, right?
Not at all. No, prawns are a little bit more elastic in the texture, and crayfish is kind of creamy.
Sakai here breaking out the bacon.
Oh, he's rolled it up in the
Yes,
bacon.
sir.
Okay.
Looks
like it.
All right. Well, interesting.
With the cabbage wrap, and then now bacon rolled around it. 30 minutes gone, 30 to go into the second half of a French duel. Provence-style versus Tokyo-style French cuisine. More flames from the challenger side. Yes.
Challenger Oberon tells us that he will present the tasting panel with 4 dishes today.
All right, thanks. 4 dishes, but so far, no idea as to even what one of them might be. Have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh, the Iron Chef here.
These are raw, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think he'll probably be grilling.
Yes.
The crayfish on the Iron Chef side are the ones with the gizzards removed.
All right, gizzards gone, but some organs remain. Didn't know crayfish had gizzards.
Yes, they do, yeah.
Okay, and now spreading it on there over the crayfish. Olive oil coating, and maybe to broil those things.
Right, perhaps put it in the salamander oven or maybe a regular oven.
Okay, and Doc, the only dish I think we've got a handle on so far is Sakai's cabbage-wrapped, bacon-rolled creation, right? Is that it?
That's true, but before we try to make any more guesses, check out the Iron Chef over here. Okay, he's now pasting something here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this grayish paste is made from chopped olives, garlic, anchovies, and they've got it written here olive juice, but I think they mean olive oil. And finally, basil. Back to you.
Okay, that'd be olive oil. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So ingredients that are all commonly used in southern France.
All right.
So there you go.
Yes.
Now, let's see, on the challenger side, crayfish here, I believe, not prawns, right?
No, crayfish.
Okay,
yes.
no prawns here.
Nope, not yet.
All right, crayfish meat soaking up in that mixture, but again, no clue as to where he might be going with it.
It's true.
Man, this one is hard to figure out, this battle today.
It's a tough one, that's for sure.
Crayfish are tough.
You mean tough to
Tough to figure out.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Not texture-wise,
No,
of course. Yeah.
no.
Okay, and hang on. Is that what I think it is? Going into the salamander oven, yeah?
Okay, the Iron Chef broiling action here to get a charred surface.
Right, and I also think the Challenger has a bisque happening, like a thick soup, if we can get a shot of it. And the one that Kimura-san was guessing about, I think you're right. It is a bisque. Yeah.
But is he going to strain it?
Yeah, that's what he's doing there.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this is the color for a bisque?
Right. And now then he'll just crush that whole thing in a blender.
And then strain the contents after.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I see. And now back with Sakai, and check these out. Another kind of wrap ready there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, look at that.
His assistant is spilling bisque all over the place. He needs to slow down a little bit here. He's getting carried away.
Oh, my. Valuable broth being lost there. A mess up over on that side.
Oh, yeah. You've got to be careful. You'll wind up with nothing left to serve.
Aubrey, not going to be happy about that.
Okay. Oh, we've got a pie, definitely.
Okay,
Right,
not a wrap, but a crayfish pie.
Yeah, with the truffles added.
Right,
Truffles right there,
yeah,
too.
good
Yes.
call, yeah.
Crayfish pie coming from the Iron Chef. There are a little more than 20 minutes left, so he's got plenty of time to get
definitely.
those done,
I
right?
think this is a really good idea. They look like they're going to be great.
And flavor should be okay, too?
They'll be lovely, yeah.
Oh.
And I think we all know he'll present it lovely, Sakai.
Well, the pie sheet seems to be a bit large for the crayfish filling inside that.
Yeah, it's true, but...
Gonna trim right
we go.
there.
All right,
Yes.
yeah, all right. Using the old usual device.
The circle mold, he should trademark that.
Exactly. He's always using it.
Sakai, wouldn't seem right if he didn't use it at least once in a battle.
That's true. Okay, look at this.
Look at that one.
Challenger here, stuffing the tomatoes, it looks like.
Right, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Okay, and that's the stuff that he had earlier, right? The mix being stuffed in.
Right. I think I can recall some of the ingredients.
Right, it had tarragon.
Right.
The green stuff there is tarragon, I believe. There's
Crayfish.
Right. Some olive oil was
Olive oil
added
was in there too. Okay, and now
anything
stuffing it
else?
with the tomato and adding more olive oil
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Wonder if this one is done. If he'll cook it or serve it as it is.
Not too sure,
you
but-
see, looking at it right here in its current state.
Right, but it doesn't really seem big enough to be an actual completed dish, though, does it?
Small for a finished dish.
Okay, well look, now he has flipped them over
got a little-
and
dome there.
packing them, these stuffed tomatoes, still tomatoes, right?
Yeah, as far as
Not much in the way of any crayfish, though, the amount of crayfish stuffed in them.
Right. Well, we'll just have to hang on and see what he finally does with
more
these.
olive oil
you
there.
go. Yeah.
This guy's been very liberal in his use of olive oil today so far in this one.
Oh, Kimura-san, you said you loved olive oil, and I think he probably heard you or something. It's
Laying it on.
looking good for you. In the ancient Greek and Roman days, they actually sometimes used olive oil to feed babies with.
Wow, that nutritious.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay, and look, off they go to the oven, so the stuffed tomatoes will be cooked.
Oh, they went in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't watching that screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I have the list of ingredients and flavorings which have gone into those stuffed tomatoes. They are olive oil, lemon, lime, salt, pepper, basil, chives, and of course crayfish.
All right.
Okay.
Ended up in the oven. Maybe a bit of a surprise there. And now on Sakai's side, slice and peaches. And how about it? Take a slice and use it as a platform for something?
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah. Now, take a look here. The Challenger's bisque is just about ready.
Yes, it's a bisque.
This is it,
Yeah, it's a bisque of crayfish.
which is what you two have been anticipating.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
This is finished.
That'll be perfect just as it is, yeah.
15
All
minutes
right,
to go.
15 minutes left. Sakai onto some plating with a quarter of the time remaining. Crayfish on a peach platform.
Right, and along with other many seafood items, like shellfish meat goes really well with fruit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fruit and
mangoes,
shellfish.
Sure, mangoes. The Challenger also we noticed was using lemon earlier,
Right.
And also a mousse of grapefruit is really good with shellfish.
All
as
right,
well.
and there's another look at the bisque, and now Challenger Abron, a stir-fried job, unloading that into another pan and starting to step it up over there.
Definitely, yeah.
And he's coming back over with some crayfish.
Yeah, now I thought he was going to combine this with something else, but it looks like a straight-ahead fricassee.
Okay,
I see.
shouldn't be too hard to imagine the taste of this one.
Right, that one's pretty straightforward.
Crayfish ringing the dish, and looks like one is done.
Squeeze-on.
Yes.
I asked Challenger Albron if he's going to make it, and all he said was yes, 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 and I can tell he's rushing because you're hearing a lot more French and a lot less Japanese.
All right. Well, first language is what they use, feeling pressure near the end. And boy, has he gotten to work out now. Back with Sakai and some zucchini pieces, I believe.
I think
there.
you're right, yeah.
And apparently he'll prepare the individual servings during the tasting. Yes.
The vegetables being added here are zucchini, Japanese green peppers, long onions, all of which have been lightly fried.
Long
right.
onions.
Long onions in there, too.
And
Okay.
continuing to add more to it. Also, we'll be wanting to see how the tasters react to the green paste that he added there.
And so I guess the paste will determine the taste.
All right, but if it doesn't work out, he might get a pasting in the tasting. All right, a sauce poured on and around his cabbage rolled bacon wrapped one. Hard to know what the taste of this is, but the sauce is made from crayfish.
Right, the broth is crayfish based,
Okay.
definitely. And look at the Challenger. I think this is aioli.
What is this?
It's a kind of a sauce, a mayonnaise sauce, often used in Provençal cooking. Sort of mayonnaise made with garlic and
Never
things
heard of
like
that before.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's right, the yellow sauce on the Challenger side is aioli sauce made from garlic, egg yolks, olive oil, and salt and pepper.
Okay.
What I tell you, I'm a fountain of knowledge where people come to drink.
Hey, you are a pro of Provençal food, okay? Yeah.
10
Now, is that
minutes
potato
to go.
chips?
Oh,
Potato
man.
chips.
Just right out of the bag?
I think he made them, actually, to be honest.
Oh, man. Pretty imaginative stroke there.
Yeah, and texture, it's a very important element in this particular dish. And now, hang on, is this Sakai-san here?
Yes.
Oh, he's recreating the shape of the crayfish. He's got the little claws on the side.
Check
and everything.
that one out.
Got a little bit of a twist there to him. So.
You know, looks like the crayfish is offering itself up to be eaten. Please, go ahead. Take me.
Exactly. Oh, that's really creative.
It was the bisque.
Okay, Challenger side, unloading it.
And that's one whole crayfish in the
You know,
center. Then, right?
Kimura-san, you called this one early.
Yeah, good job. I was going to mention it as well, but you beat me to it. Good job.
It's the only dish I know.
Oh, come on. You know your way around French cuisine. Don't hide it.
Squeeze-on.
Yes.
Challenger Albron now seems to be more in control and feeling confident about what he's doing. We're back to hearing less French and more Japanese.
All right, and very animated now, smiling.
Yeah, he did a little dance there earlier, too.
Challenger Philippe Aubron, panic attack has subsided. Now Sakai's side, the pies. Will he pour a sauce on?
I think so. I think I already saw a sauce ready to go there.
This one here?
Yeah, I think that's the sauce
This
for the
is
pie.
not for the grilled crayfish in the big serving plate?
No, I actually don't think he's going to add a sauce to that one. I think that one was already fully flavored.
Okay,
so
excuse me.
That's what I think. And see, what did I tell you? Again,
3
listen to the master.
minutes to
You
go.
are the man. Now 3 minutes left in the battle.
Now, they're doing the same thing on this side as well.
Oh, yes.
Same technique there being employed by Aubron.
Right, but it's not really copying. It's almost like a sign to tell what the ingredient is. It's a cute little thing to do. In Japan, we often use the shrimp heads, right?
Right.
It's for festive dishes.
Sure.
So it's the same type of a thing. It's pretty much what any chef would do for decoration, and that's all it is
Okay,
decoration.
using the crayfish for decoration, and how about this one too for decoration, or maybe it's part of the dish. And whoa, watch out there! Aubron nearly getting his head butted with the camera. Now Iron Chef's side, and look, hear that?
Yeah, I think he's frying basil.
Fried greens to be added as a finishing touch somewhere.
Right, and that'll definitely help with the aroma as well.
The hot oil splashing around over there at the Iron Chef stove.
Okay, now the Challenger has got butter in the bisque here that you can see. That's a process called Monty.
Monty,
And-
the full Monty?
The full Monty. It means to make something glossy by adding a block of cold butter.
All right, looked like they'd earlier unloaded the bisque. We'll see what he does with that. And giving it a shake there. Seems to have everything pretty much under control over on his side, does the Challenger.
Right? Oh, okay. Oh, he's added the basil to the pie.
Right there.
Right.
Okay, a fried basil leaf resting on top of a crayfish pie, and the sauce right there will accompany the pie. That could turn out to be a winner with the tasters, that one. And Sakai looks to be done with the cooking on his side, and same thing for the challenger. All the heavy lifting's behind, and now a minute to go. The final 60 seconds. One concerned onlooker upstairs watching her husband bring it home in the last minute of cooking. Finishing touches are all that remain for challenger Braun and Iron Chef Sakai. Sakai's the presentation specialist, but the job done by the challenger in his dishes today, have to say his presentation was pretty good. Those points aren't going to be conceded to the Iron Chef. He knows that, and he's still going at it, doing all he can to the very end. And how about that one with the peach platform, and on top, the decorative crayfish? And what a workout they've gotten. Both chefs have been busting tails from the get-go, not just those of the crayfish, but also their own. 10 seconds left. Challenged by a man from Provence, France, who cooks authentic Provençal fare, the Iron Chef, meeting him head-on, fighting fire with his brand of fire. Final seconds tick down, and that's it. The cooking's done. The Crayfish Battle is over.
How was the hour for you?
It was a bit tough.
A little hard?
Just a bit, but I had a lot of fun.
Now, at the beginning, you seemed to be struggling, but towards the end, you found your rhythm and even had some time to spare, yeah?
Yeah, right after the start, it was tough because I was not used to the place. Then, towards the end, things settled down, and it was okay.
I see, okay.
Okay.
And how did your dishes turn out?
So, I'd say.
Just so.
All right.
Once again, nice job. And how'd it go today?
Well, I was able to finish my dishes in the way I wanted. But it was not easy.
Always tough.
Look at the sweat on my face.
Yes, but you're happy with what you have, right?
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Which means a victory?
Oh, well, I'm declaring a win right now.
Wow, okay.
Challenger Braun is offering 4 dishes. First, crayfish and zucchini salad, saffron flavor. The challenger was able to mask the smell of the crayfish by using lime and other fruits in a dish packaged as a refreshing starter. Second, crayfish soup. Getting a nice assist here from Omar Lobster, which is used to accentuate. The naturally strong flavor of crayfish is condensed but doesn't overpower thanks to the light finish. Tomato farci and crayfish. It comes served with aioli, a garlic-based mayonnaise sauce often used in Provençal cooking. The natural flavors of the ingredients presented like a gift from the sun go great with the sauce. Last is curry-flavored crayfish with mushrooms and potatoes. A marvelous way to wrap up his course with a dish that has a spicy kick to it. Sautéed Girol mushrooms and potatoes cooked in a crayfish-based broth. They'll all be enjoyed doused in the white curry sauce. Iron Chef Sakai is also offering 4 dishes. First, crayfish and white peach appetizer. The Iron Chef masks the smell of crayfish by using basil, while its sweetness is drawn out by the subtle sourness of the peach slices. Second, crayfish pie with Perrigo sauce. The bacon, discreetly combined with the ingredients in the pie, adds just the right touch of saltiness. The truffle sauce, made with the crayfish broth, raises the level of what appears to be a simple-looking creation to that of an exquisite masterpiece. Third, crayfish in cabbage and bacon. Also wrapped inside the cabbage are Girol mushrooms and riz de veau. The crayfish sauce packs a punch, but not enough to overwhelm the other items in the offering. Last is roast crayfish Provençal style, a dish the Iron Chef made to try to recreate authentic Provençal cooking using olive oil and herbs, and finished with anchovies. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the Crayfish Battle are songwriter Yasushi Akimoto, newscaster Taro Kimura, and culinary critic Asako Kishi. First, the dishes of Challenger Braun.
I was very interested in how you would design an entire course with just crayfish. Well, this first dish is very refreshing. Your nice use of lime here. You've added a seasonal touch of fall very nicely.
Well, it's a flavor you really, you don't get tired of. Well, even though I don't find any strong elements in this, or unforgettable elements, it's not overpowering, and I can keep eating it without actually getting tired of it.
You used a healthy dose of olive oil, which is why it has body to it, while it comes off as a refreshing salad.
Normally we think about something thicker when we think about crayfish. For example, crayfish liver used as a sauce all over, but you've used various spices to suppress that, and it's made it easier for us to tackle this.
Seafood that's been all condensed. Strong flavor, yet it's light on the palate as you eat it. A soft sensation. This sauce is powerful. The garlic comes right at you.
I was looking forward to this sauce very much. I was told this is unique to Provençal food. It seemed it would be a very powerful sauce at first, but it's very well controlled. I like this. Yes.
Thank you.
Garlic is much stronger than I thought in this. It adds a lot of color to the plain flavor of crayfish meat, making this, stimulating. I guess I'm saying, eating it together with the tomatoes and the sauce, it's very good. Yeah.
Now Abran serving his last one to be finished by the curry sauce.
This speaks of the fall. It tells us about the season, with the girole mushrooms in it. In Provence, summer is busy with tourists, but in fall, things slow down, This dish reminds me of the quiet time in that region. Does that sound tacky? I just feel that way.
This is great home-style cooking. Well, it's a potato stew with curry flavor and crayfish inside it. The last touch, the curry sauce is, it's what makes this dish.
And now up the dishes of Iron Chef Sakai.
When I ate the peach and crayfish alone, at first I thought something was missing. But with a jelly mixed in, it adds so much depth to the overall flavor. Very nice.
You made the broth from crayfish?
Yes,
of course.
That's right.
Yes, it's such a sophisticated consommé. I was surprised.
Sakai now adding the truffle sauce to finish off the pies.
The truffles are so powerful. I can almost forget that I'm eating crayfish after crayfish. This last dish tells me you were intentionally avoiding having your dishes taste similar to those of your opponent. I think you were really trying to capture the taste of Provence, here. That's what I think.
The sauce made by condensing the flavors of crayfish is very good. But the pie needed a bit more baking. Well, maybe that's just me.
Well, seeing you didn't overdo this. The cabbage still maintains a leafy texture, which is, makes it a very interesting dish.
At first, I thought it would be a very powerful dish like an American sauce, but surprisingly, because of the amount of cream, it was quite soothing.
After I added cream, I stopped stewing. If I hadn't, it would be too overpowering.
I see. So then, because of that, this was a nice surprise to me.
And the Iron Chef's last one, his go at Provençal cooking.
The liver of the crayfish is so good, and we're all silent here, trying to scrape out whatever's left of the liver in the shells here, right? This is so good, except I think I'll never get enough of this.
You can go for some more later.
I know it's a funny way to put it, but crayfish is best when you cook it wildly.
You're absolutely right.
It's good mixing it with other flavors, but I like the straightforward approach. Really, that's the best.
プロヴァンスの風を感じさせてくれた今日の挑戦者の作品。この料理を味わってそのブームの本当の意味を知ることができたような気がします。琵琶湖だけではなく全国にこの料理が広がることを願っています。それでは発表します。
Today, native French chef from Provence coming into Kitchen Stadium to show us the heart and soul of Provençal cooking. Challenger Abron exposing us to a new culinary world. Iron Chef Sakai, not intimidated but exhilarated. Now it's a matter of taste. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人酒井宏之
It's the Iron Chef Sakai, the king of crayfish, winning this one, beating back the challenge of the man from Provence. Abron, a great effort, great battle today, but Sakai able to step it up another notch and coming through with crayfish. Very meaningful win today for Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai.